Welcome to Loughborough University Netball Centre here at the Loughborough University. Today we will see some WNBL Division 1 action as your Loughborough Riders will host the Barking Abbey second team. Join us in 22 minutes for the action live here from Loughborough Netball Centre. Good afternoon and welcome to Loughborough Netball Centre here at Loughborough University for today's WNBL Division 1 action as the Loughborough Riders host the Barking Abbey Lions. Looking forward to an exciting games here. Two teams coming in different forms. The Riders having an 8-3 high-flying season. Barking Abbey having a more troublesome start, starting the season 0-7. But the teams met recently at the end of January. It was only a 15-point game, so we expect an exciting one today with lots of young talent on both sides of the court. Joining me today from the Riders WBBL team is Christina Gaskin. Good afternoon, Christina.
Good afternoon to you.
I think we're both looking forward to an exciting game. What would you say are the key points going into this game, Christina?
I think it's always difficult when if you're Lions that you're coming off of a bit of a losing streak, but I think on any given occasion you have the opportunity to turn that around, and there's the pressure is off you in a certain regard because you're either the hunter or the hunted, and in this situation Riders are definitely the hunted and Lions are definitely the hunters going into this game, so it's an interesting position to be in. I think Riders have really been on top form as of late. Obviously there was a stint where Stone was out of the rotation with an injury. Her coming back the last two games has really made the difference for them. And so it'll be interesting to see how both teams start the game.
Absolutely, yeah, interesting to see how we get this going. And as you say, Stone back in the rotation and putting up some sensational numbers for this Riders team. Certainly one of the leaders and one of the heartbeats of the team. Massive that she's in there coming into this. Sort of the most efficient player not in an Ipswich shirt this season, which makes a big difference to this Riders team. It gives a much bigger presence inside. One of the phrases you used there, Christina, I thought was interesting, was you're either the hunted or the hunter. I mean, coming into a game, what would be your preference? Would you want to be the favourite or the underdog coming in?
There's pros and cons of both. I think I prefer to be the underdog in the sense that the pressure is off you, and you've got nothing to lose. You play with everything to gain, everything in front of you, and I think it's nice to prove people wrong as well. People obviously have expectations in entering a game. I think it's harder to remain the top dog and to continue to be consistent about the status that you hold compared to fighting for that position and fighting for that W.
Absolutely, yeah. I think one of the old phrases that's used too much, but I'm going to use it anyway, is it's easy to get to the top, but it's much harder to stay there. When you roll into town or they roll into your gym, they come with an extra bit of fight and desire to turn you over and put a real marker down for the season.
Absolutely.
Both teams heading onto the floor, and your Riders will be starting with Molly James, Liqueur, Robin Ainge, Makana Stone and Erin Hicken. Barking Abbey starting with Quinn, Onodeko, Samoye, Emmanuel and Jelu. All players taking the knee here before the game to show their support for the Black Lives Matters movement and all things anti-racism, which has no place in our sport or in the wider world in general. It will be Stone versus Emmanuel here to tip here at the first quarter. Stone gets up, tips it, is eventually gathered by Barking Abbey. Samoye establishing the offense. Jelu under pressure from Ainge at the top of the three-point line. Quinn. Samoye working around the key, can't get it to drop. Ball eventually bounces out of bounds, will stay with the Lions.
I think one thing that's obvious right from the jump is the Lions are hungry today. They bring a lot of energy to this initial start of the first quarter.
Absolutely, it's first offense of the game, and they're already on second chance potential here. Great move across the lane. Tipped away by Stone, but gathered once again by the Lions.
Second consecutive offensive rebound for the Lions, and obviously they couldn't convert there, but they will do later on in the game. So obviously it's exposed Riders from early that they need to box out. Very athletic Lions team here today.
Absolutely, working 5 people all grabbing and aggressive on the boards makes a massive difference. Riders maybe caught a little bit expecting Stone to grab it in due to her expected, extreme record. Aggressive drive to the basket, can't get it to go. Lions with Onodeko. Jelu. Ainge takes it away. And in transition, under pressure, foul is called. will head to the line for 2 shots, Robin Ainge. Great take to the basket under pressure. She'll look to get us our first points of the ball game from the line. Robin Ainge, a good free throw shooter. Of course, I've cursed her and she misses the first.
Commentator's curse.
Exactly. Looking to bounce back on the second attempt. And does get us underway here. First point of the ball game. Riders coming out, extending the defense. Put a little bit of full court pressure on. Okoye chasing the ball. Quinn, kick out. Jelly kicks out, finds Samoye. Attacking the basket, great stand from Stone. Last touch by a Lions hand will be Ryder's ball. Stone just changing the shot without committing a foul. Great defensive play. Ball movement from the Riders. Finds its way to Ainge. Molly James can't get the shot to go.
Molly James is someone that you really can't afford to leave open at any range on the floor. She's proven time and time again in previous performances that she can and will knock that down.
Absolutely, a lights out shooter. Don't want to get it an easy one getting going. As the ball rims out for the Lions. Okoye will establish the offense for the Riders. Look to slow it down a little bit this time. James. Hicken. Another shooting threat, hits for 2. A long 2 for Erin Hicken. Riders again bringing the full court pressure. Lions once again able to navigate it and break the press.
Good recognition there from Ijello.
Absolutely, Samoye able to finish out the basket off the great find. Okoye looking to feed Stone. Gets the ball in.
That's a great finish by Stone, but if you look at the Lions defense just then, they had 4 players in the paint. I think they're banking on Riders having to knock down that wide open 3 today and try and keep them out of the paint, but you know, might take more than one person to take the threat of Stone away.
Absolutely, especially if she's going to finish as efficiently as that all game, as we've seen her do in the past. Okoye. Hicken. James. 6-inch head fake, gets the basket. Doesn't finish this time, but it's a great move. Lions. Hicken tips it away. Will stay with the Lions, who make a switch. See Emmanuel check out, replaced by Louisa Gibbons for the first time today. Samoye. And the Deku gets past the defender. Hicken on the second chance defense, catches the ball from behind.
Got quite lucky with that one. Often if you come from behind and you try and get a chance at the ball, the referee will call it a foul. So
absolutely, you have to be cleaner than clean from that position. Robin Ainge hits for 3.
It becomes a very difficult ball game when both Hicken and Ainge are firing from range. But right back at it with the Lions with the score in transition.
Absolutely, looking to push the tempo. As you said earlier, being aggressive around the basket. Gibbons getting in on the act, straight off the bench, straight on the score sheet. Just over 6 minutes left in this first quarter. 8 plays 4 in favour of the Riders. Ball is tipped out, but will stay with the Riders.
Good defensive intensity still from the Lions, and I think one thing that's great from them is their ability to slow down the Riders in transition. I think this team looks the best when they can push the floor and get early points in transition. So if they can take that away, then they'll be looking in good shape.
Absolutely. Defensive intensity brought once again by Jelly. Takes the pass away. We'll see Hannah Bird on the court for the first time as well. Hicken once again. Great defensive pressure. The effort will get her team the ball as the jump ball arrow is in her team's favour.
I have to say a massive shout out to Onodeko. She just recently signed with the University of Illinois Chicago. So she'll be looking to continue her college hoops stateside. And if her parents are watching, I'm sure they're very proud of her and everything she's achieved.
Absolutely a fantastic achievement for any player to go stateside. Ainge will inbound for the Riders. Looking for a high-low option. Finding the low option with Stone. Kick out, finds Bird. Head fake. And is called for the travelling violation. But great ball movement from Loughborough. Looking to move the ball and find the easy shot. Bringing the defensive pressure, trapping another jump ball call. This time the arrow will favour the Lions. Ball will stay with them. Onodeko will inbound. Samoye. Ugelu. Crossover. Attacks the middle. Great pass. They're not able to connect.
Great persistence there from Ugelu, the captain obviously for the Lions, and she's really doing it all for them right now. Getting into the paint, looking to make extra passes, staying on the offensive boards. Great energy from her in this first quarter.
Absolutely leading from the front and cuts it to a 2-point ball game. Bird. Stone grabbing that offensive rebound, puts it back in through the contact. Basket will count, heads to the line for one more. No one more active on the glass than Stone.
Absolutely, and with her athleticism, even in the WBBL practices, and I'd say this time and time again, she has the ability to like rise and get above a lot of us. And obviously, you know, Azania Stewart is in practice with us now, and she's a great size. She still manages to pull down offensive rebounds against Azania, so credit to her. I see her working in Power Base, the gym that we have here on a regular basis, trying to improve her vertical jump.
Absolutely, definitely paying off. No easy feat to rebound over Azania Stewart. Can't get the foul shot to go. Ugelu once again establishing the offense for the Lions. Gets it back. Skip pass goes off the leg, will be a Riders ball. Unlucky situation for the Lions, looking to find the open player. She's not able to pull it in. Who in return will extend the defense for themselves. Okoye. Finds Hicken. Riders once again looking to establish a high post option. Hannah Bird gets the ball to Hicken. What a find and finish.
Nice little floaty finish there from Hicken.
Absolutely composed finish, out to a quick 5 points. Getting things going early here, Erin Hicken. Stone soars for the rebound. Hicken. A little bit of miscommunication for the Riders as the ball goes out of bounds. Will be Lions ball.
I think Hicken was throwing it up for the throwdown there for Stone. She might be a couple seasons off of that.
Maybe a bit more time in Power Base and she will be there.
Neither team really looking to score that much in transition. It's very much a half-court game for both teams at the moment.
Absolutely. Tempo initially looked like it was going to be blisteringly quick, but has slowed down a little bit as both teams look to settle into the game, I think. Lions on the buzzer. Can't get it to go, but offensive rebound. Abdelaziz working hard to keep it alive, and ball will stay with the Lions. And we'll see Shea checking for the Lions, replacing captain Ugelu, who's had a fantastic start to today's ball game. Riders also making a switch. Lauren Dabbs checking in for the first time today. Sasha Lecure getting a rest. Onodeko inbounds. Ball kept alive. And last hit by a Riders hand will stay with the Lions once again. Once again, Lions getting multiple opportunities on the offensive end.
Absolutely.
Something I'm sure Coach Antonio Cano will want to reduce when he gets to speak with his team. Something that we'll speak about. Stone out in transition. Runs the floor so well.
Don't you love to just see a big pushing out the floor and scoring in transition like that?
Absolutely, yeah. Leading the floor, leading the offense, and handling the ball nicely as well. 3 minutes 12 left to play in this first quarter. Barking Adam Lions head coach Topi Ali Balogan calling a timeout. You let Loughborough Riders 14, Barking Abbey London Lions 6. If you are the Barking Abbey coach now, Christine, obviously you've come out, you're down 8, but you've done a lot of good things. What sort of things are you messages are you trying to give to your team right now?
I think a little bit of what they need to think about is composure. They're pulling down a lot of offensive rebounds and they're getting good looks, but I would just argue the quality of some of those looks. Can they get a better shot? Can they be a little bit more patient? Can they pull down an offensive rebound and work out whether they can perhaps bring it out, make Riders play an extra possession of defense? Because right now they're just not converting efficiently enough to close that margin.
Okay, maybe looking for the best shot rather than the first shot sort of situation for the Lions. And what messages are you thinking in the Loughborough huddle?
I think you mentioned it before. I think they really need to make sure they limit Lions to one possession, because when they look to become more efficient, it's going to be troublesome for them going forward. I think that they need to try and see if they can get out in transition a little bit more. Obviously, that was a great finish there by Stone. See if we can have a little bit more of that going forward.
Absolutely, yeah. Both teams probably looking to make some adjustments out of the timeout early in the game, having found a little bit out about how each other is going to approach today's game. Out of the timeout, Lions will get us going. Shea this time established the offense. Riders bringing the trap again. Stone tipping the pass, but it goes out of bounds. We'll stay with the Lions.
Seen the Riders go to a run and jump trap offense quite a few times this season, actually, and I think it suits the personnel that they have on the floor. They have a lot of guards. They have the ability to stretch the floor and really put pressure.
Absolutely, using their pace to be aggressive on the defensive floor. The sort of stuff you love to see. You don't want to be a reactive defensive team. You want to be a proactive team and put the pressure back onto the offense. And that's exactly what they've done. Erin Hicken, case in point right there.
Did well to get that off.
Although referee's judging that it wasn't quite off in time, so be a shot clock violation. If it got in, it'd be interesting to see if they'd have had the same opinion then. But yeah, great defensive stand for the Riders.
Great pressure there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Bakunle.
Can they bring it to the full court? Hicken, ball movement finds Ainge in the corner. Little strong. Dabs grabbing the rebound. Now Riders' chance for second chance offense. Great defense.
Yeah, great recognition there for the help rotation for Lions. I think Bird potentially had the kick to Ainge in the corner available, but good footwork on the up and under.
Absolutely. Honodeku getting the block, and then as gathering the ball is fouled, be a Lions sideline Bile, who make another switch. You'll see Kuzule check in for the first time today. Shea. Ainge caught gambling on the passing lane. Not punished this time. Lions bringing the pressure in. Loughborough just get out of the press. Ainge finds Bird for the 2 at the basket. Stone reads the pass, takes it away. Dabs. Ainge looking inside, finds Stone. Spins one way, then the other.
Shake and bake, almost.
The move deserved the finish. Euro step at the other end. Shea. Foul is called.
Nice move by Shea.
Absolutely got the defenders moving in a way they didn't want to be. Able to draw the foul. And we'll head to the line for 2 shots. A 60% free throw shooter. First a little long.
I don't think her stats necessarily reflect her ability to actually knock down shots in the game. She's one of those people that could get hot right at the end of a game and change the course of a game. I've seen it happen a couple of times before.
I think there's lots of players on this floor that the stats don't tell the full story about their ability. She's definitely one of them. Pazula. Hezi dribble, gets past the defender, and is fouled, is going to the floor. Foul is called on 13, McConnor Stone. Riders going for a little bigger lineup. Erin Hicken checking out, replaced by Casey Cox. gives Riders a little bit more size. Maybe it's to try and counteract all the offensive rebounding that Lions are doing.
Definitely.
Gubbins. Hand off to Shea. Jellu, great move, gets to the basket, finishes for 2 off the glass. Ainge. Zule pressuring her the whole way. Ainge once again looking inside for Stone. Second defender comes, but it's not enough. McCartney Stone hitting on the turn. That's a tough finish.
Double team, no worries for McCartney Stone.
Jellu. Kick out pass. Samoye finds Gubbins. Foul is called.
Lions are doing a good job of getting into the paint and finding that dump-off pass. I think that's something they're going to have to discuss at the end of this quarter.
Absolutely. I think their intention to get inside has been clear. Riders probably more about the ball movement and getting open shooters. So, yeah, conflicting styles. First foul shot a little short for Gubbins. Be interested to see Riders want to use the full 24 seconds to try and run the quarter out with only 24.3 left, or whether they'll see what's available to them. Play the game rather than the clock. Ainge.
Good maturity in Ainge. I think she'll know at this point to dribble it out and look for the last shot.
Yeah, fantastic. Heads up play. Finds Cox in the corner eventually.
Oh, fouled. And one! Massive hit by her, not deterred at all by the contact.
Wow, let's see if we can get a 4-point play. Casey Cox, that's a tough finish. When your shooting arm is hit like that, to finish through the contact is a tough shot to make.
Perhaps it helped her. Maybe she would have missed it without the contact.
Maybe we should give her an assist rather than a foul.
Unlucky. Good offensive rebound though. Probably the best case scenario in terms of how to finish out that quarter there.
Absolutely great intent from Bird. It must be the ankle strapping that she had before the game.
Shout out Christina, part-time commentator, part-time physio.
That's it. At the end of our first quarter here, the Loughborough Riders leading 21, Barking Abbey, London Lions 9. A bright start from the Riders. We'll be very happy at the end of this first quarter, but still a few points to work on. I think we've mentioned as going through the quarter with regards to the aggressiveness of Lions on the offensive glass and the joy they're getting in terms of the number of offensive sets that they seem to be able to go through. But as we've mentioned, a couple of conflicting styles. Is there any adjustments that you'd be making if you're in either of these huddles, Christina?
I think for Lions, I think they need to slow Riders down a little bit. I think they've got enough speed and athleticism to actually push up the floor and put a little bit of pressure. Riders are very comfortable when they're running the ball through Ainge or through Hicken. Maybe they need to force someone else to bring the ball up and take responsibility and try and disrupt their offensive rhythm a little bit. Force them to, make slightly difficult shots. You don't really want to see the ball going into Stone as easy as it going in at the moment. And if they are double teaming, they need to ensure that she doesn't catch the ball in the paint, because if Stone catches the ball in the paint, game over.
Yeah, I think when we have seen her be double teamed, I think the second defender's always been a little bit late in getting there, and she's already been able to establish position, and she's punished them multiple times in that way. I think one thing we've seen from the Riders' defense is aggressive, the run and jump defense. We've seen the full court press. Lions doing the full court a little bit, but not so much so far. I mean, is that something you think that they could use to take the ball out of Ainge's hands, Hickens' hands, to see if someone else can hurt them?
Definitely. I mean, you've got the likes of Agello looking to push up, but it seems like that she doesn't have her teammates with her at this point. And I think, have 2 or 3 of them up the floor, getting into passing lanes, making it a little bit more difficult. Make Riders come down the floor and have limited time to find a good shot and see how that can help them offensively. And if they can get steals and deflections, they're looking at easy buckets in the other direction.
Absolutely, yeah. And Lions really looking to sort of get inside and score from the high percentage areas of the offensive court. Leading all scorers, McCartney Stone, 8 points personal, and most of her joys come around the basket. So it illustrates the point that we were making regarding having to change the defense to try and make her play in a different way. We get underway here at the start of the second quarter. It'll be Riders for the first offense. Bird off the glass, a little strong, but fighting for her own rebound. That's effort from Hannah Bird.
Week after week, I think what you see from Bird is a great sense of tenacity. You know, she might take her own shot, pull down her own rebound, and a lot of players will be sort of disappointed after they miss an easy two, but she stays in the possession and really gives her team an opportunity to score.
What a pass from Achelu. Scoop wraparound pass. Ball is kicked out. Pazule hits for three, gets Lions going in the second quarter. And they bring the full court pressure. Hicken. Bird. Splits the defense. On the run. Little strong. Rebounded Emmanuel. Lions looking to push the ball a little bit, but slow it down in the front court with Pazule. Ball reversal. Shot is no good. Bird grabs it, dabs. Hicken. Stone inside once again, off the fine from Erin Hicken. Great read from Hicken, but great finish from Stone once again. Lions looking ahead. Quinn. Kick out. Shot is no good. Stone grabbing another rebound. Lions front court defense takes it away, but Stone is not deterred and blocks the shot to get the ball right back.
Stone has the willpower that you love to see in a teammate.
Absolutely. I think one thing you said, as Cox is back in that corner, not fouled this time, shot doesn't go. One thing you mentioned was with Bird was about the tenacity, and I think the strength of the Riders team is that whenever there's 5 people on the court, it doesn't matter which 5, they're all playing with that same tenacity. They do play with a lot of guards, so I think they can't rely on one person or 2 people going and doing all the rebounding for them, which is never a good habit to be in. But they all bring it. They're all chasing down their own rebounds and everybody else's rebounds, and that's what's led them to have such a fantastic start to the season so far.
Absolutely. You can see that they have good team chemistry as well. I think when you see a team playing this well together, making extra passes, being selfless, they have to have, great team chemistry off the floor to be able to. I think that's one difference between women and men when it comes to basketball. I think a lot of people will agree that women unite to battle and men unite in battle.
A fantastic phrase, and I think, very well put. Absolutely. Hicken going the whole way down the floor, grabbing the rebound, goes the other end, fouled, will head to the line for 2 shots. Makes the first. Makes them both. Erin Hicken, a very efficient 6 points in the ball game so far. Always nice when a player amasses a few points and you don't really notice how they've done it. Always a good sign. The player's doing efficient offense. Stone chasing the pass, but Samoya gets away. Passes a little high, will be Riders' ball.
With the increased pressure that Riders are showing right now, obviously in the first quarter we saw Lions be able to get into the paint and make easy drop-offs under the hoop. Now that kick is more on the perimeter. They've got to really tidy up some of those passes and see if they can get some catch and shoot opportunities from outside.
Riders making a double switch. And just to make things even easier, it's Ainge and James that will check in. So no drop off at all in the pressure that will be coming at the other end. James all the way to the basket, off the glass for 2. That's a great finish from Molly James.
James, another player looking to head stateside next year, and I think her team's had a great find in her. Very crafty player, has a very versatile skill set offensively.
That was a deep 3 from Shea. Ainge called for the double dribble.
I think that was a tough call. I believe Ainge caught it and she didn't quite have control when she first bounced the ball, and perhaps Onodeko even had a little deflection on it, so tough.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like from up here where we're sitting, Onodeko probably tipped that away, but the referees are sat a lot closer than we are, so
yeah,
we'll have to take their word for it. Stone chasing down the rebound, looking ahead, finding Hicken in the front court, pushes the court, finds Cox, off the glass for 2. Great basketball when the ball can go from one end of the court to the other without touching the floor. Fantastic to see. Ijelu looking for Gubbins off the roll. Shea assessing the offense, slowing it down.
Shot clock winding down here.
Yeah.
Need to try and find a good option.
That's Pazule. Cox just knocking away.
Great defensive possession there for Riders. They've really upped the tempo in terms of being in passing lanes, and they've made it that much more difficult for Lions to get into the paint and find something.
Absolutely. So much easier to do when all 5 players are on the same page. You're all working hard to try and get deflections. Cox at the end of the defensive set there, knocking the play away, but it was built off of everybody else doing their job before her. Ainge. James feeding Stone in the high post. Hicken. Driving down the middle, finds Ainge in the court. Unselfish play, and it's rewarded as Ainge hits from the corner for 3.
I think Ainge and Hicken can put something on the floor there, because they probably, at least once a game for the pair of them, will knock down a 3 from that position.
Absolutely. It was almost as she knew she was going to be there. Ainge once again can't get to the back. Ijelu gets the ball back. Gubbins. Fakunle. Scoot pass is a little bit too high and a little bit too hot to handle, and it will go straight out of bounds. Riders ball. 5:34 left to play in this second quarter. Your Loughborough Riders 32. Barking Abbey London Lions 15. As Ainge feeds Stone inside through the double team, off the glass for 2. The double team was there, but they allowed Stone to establish position, and once she had that, it was game over. Ijelu splits the defenders, kick out. Ball movement finding Fakunle in the corner. 3-point shot, no good. Ainge. Sorry, go on, Christina.
No, you're fine. Oh, good steal there by Shea. 2-on-1. Let's see if they can execute on this transition break. Tough. I feel like when you get to a certain point, when you're 2-on-1, you got to look to finish if you're not making that pass.
Both teams making switches. Shea checking out alongside Casey Cox. We'll see Lakoya and Emmanuel check into the ball game.
Good minutes there for Cox. Made a real impact when she came on the floor, defensively and offensively.
Absolutely, and it's that sort of bench production that allows you to stay intense on the defensive end for full 4 quarters. So much easier to do when everyone's contributing and people are getting rest as well.
Good defense there by Ijelu.
Absolutely.
She just doesn't have the backing of her teammates. Great hit there by James. She doesn't have the backing of her teammates to really be in the passing lane, so she forced her to pick up her dribble, but unfortunately her teammates weren't there to deny the pass.
No, yeah, absolutely right. Gubbins looking to feed Manuel inside, but taken away. Hicken on the run. Off the glass for 2, Erin Hicken. 4:14 left to play in this second quarter of WNBL Division 1 action. Your Loughborough Riders 38 plays Barking Abbey London Lions 15. Coach Tope Ali Balogan calling a timeout. Bit of a run into this timeout from the Riders that extended the lead. 38 plays 15. How are you looking to stem the tide, Christina?
Well, I think we mentioned earlier, maybe we cursed them a little bit, but the Riders hadn't been scoring in transition in the first quarter, and Lions were doing a good job of slowing them down. And like I said before, when the Riders get out and get running, they can build up a mass of points very quickly. And so I think it was a good decision from Coach Tope to call the timeout and to recognize that they've really got to get back on defense. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you can't score offensively, but what's in your control is how you slow them down on the defensive end. And right now, it's far too easy for the Riders.
Fantastic. I think one of the ways that they were using to stop the fast breaking early on was simply grabbing the offensive rebound, not allowing a leak, and that seems to have slowed down a bit. So probably an adjustment for the Riders, and we'll see how Lions bounce back from that adjustment and see what they can do out of the timeout to change the momentum in the game.
A lot of enthusiasm coming from Coach Tope in the timeout right now. Hopefully that will ignite them to come out and really put a stop.
Absolutely. I mean, if they were all playing at the intensity level of Ijelu, like you were mentioning, the defense would be on a different level. Hopefully he's hoping that fire will transition into the defense. And
right on cue, Riders not going to make it easy for them. Go straight into a Soft press here.
Yeah, show press, but coming with a run and jump.
Soft press, quickly transition to a run and jump.
Ejelu keeps it alive for Lions. It's the high ball screen.
Oh, good positioning there inside from Emmanuel. Oh, good take, unlucky of the finish.
It's a good move. You're happy with that if you're coach. You get inside, you get position. You're happy with that shot.
Automatic from James. I don't even think she was looking at the hoop when she first released that.
She knew where it was. Feet were set before she'd caught the ball. No chance for defence to recover. Alex Shaw called for the foul.
Good recovery there from Lions, pushing on a score and getting an easy look in transition. Going to the line to shoot 2.
Lions captain Ejelu down at the moment. Hopefully she's able to get back up soon and is okay.
Yeah, we hope so. She's really been paving the way for this Lions team. You know, despite the obvious margin in this game, she brings a certain amount of energy to her teammates. So
absolutely, I think, yeah, like you say, regardless of the margin, she's been one of the standout players on the court. Full stop. Not exactly sure what's going on. Hopefully she's able to get up soon, and it's just a slight knock as the first foul shot is made.
I know she's had a history of knee injuries. I hope it's nothing too serious. Part of the knee club.
Yeah, the ever-growing knee club.
The women's basketball knee club, ACL, or anything slightly related to a knee injury. Might start a support page soon.
Probably not the most fun club to be in, but if you get a badge, it'll probably be worth joining. Ainge grabbing the long offensive rebound. Shot will bounce out of bounds in Lions' favour.
I call that one of your 5 a day. When you hit the side of the rim like that, that counts as one of your 5 fruit and veg a day. You got to chalk it up as a loss and keep it moving. Don't think too much about it. Laugh it off.
I think, yeah, Ainge being what I would consider a natural shooter, it will be duck off the water's back. She'll forget that one. The next one will just be expected to go in as soon as she releases it. Hicken not able to connect with Ainge. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be Lions possession.
Normally really good synergy between Hicken and Ainge. They've done a good job of building up their togetherness this season. Play very well off each other. Oh, great kick.
Fantastic find. Shot a little long. Rebounded Emmanuel. Tough work underneath the basket. Jump ball is the call. Ball will stay with the Lions.
I like the competitiveness that Emmanuel's bringing to this ball game right now.
Absolutely, as we see Harry checking for the Riders for the first time today. Hicken getting an arrest. Yeah, Emmanuel definitely bringing a lot of pressure under the basket, making Riders work hard to get the ball back. There she goes, established position. Not able to convert. Okoye. On the right-hand side of the floor, crosses to the middle. Ball movement finds James. Defensive stand from Fukume. On Adeko. Finds Emmanuel.
It doesn't seem like Lions are running a tremendous amount offensively. It seems like they rely a lot on secondary break / motion offenses to score. But I'd like to see them set a couple high ball screens, especially with the likes of Emmanuel on the floor. Get her roll into the basket, see if the guards can get into the paint and find her on the easy roll.
Yeah, trying to establish some pattern in the offense. Absolutely. Pazule will check back in. Fukunle checking out for the Lions. Ainge bringing the full court pressure, making it a difficult inbound for the Lions, but they get it into Gubbins. And in turns gets Pazule the ball. The early find, Emmanuel gets it back. Lovely 2-woman basketball, but unable to convert. But grabbing the board once again.
I feel like there's cling film on the hoop for them today.
Absolutely.
Ball keeps bouncing in and out.
Both teams battling on the floor. Who's going to get it? It's a jump ball call, which is now in favour of the Riders. I'm not sure I've seen this many jump balls in a game for a long time.
I think a few of them, you know, particularly in reference to offensive rebounds as well, are the responsibility of Emmanuel. She's got the kind of competitiveness that you hate to see. Not someone I'd like to play at Monopoly, let's put it that way.
Yeah, she's gonna be getting hotels on her squares very quickly. Okoye hits for 3. Zule. Hesitation dribble. Ball movement finds on the deco. Hits for 3. Removes the cling film from the Barking Abbey basket. Oh yeah. Harry. Lovely head fake. Gets into the middle. Not able to get a tough shot to go off the glass.
Lions definitely made the adjustment in terms of their help defense.
Definitely there's always that second defender there that wasn't probably there earlier on. Quinn not able to get that shot to go. Ainge coming away with it. Under a minute left to play in this second quarter. Crossover from Ainge, able to spin away from defender. Sure. Ainge lets it fly. And that's why hits for 3 more.
Her little spot on the floor there.
Once she leaves, we'll have to put a blue pack on the floor right in that spot.
Just 1 possession left to go here.
Emmanuel.
For the Lions.
On a deco. Trying to pass baseline. Intercepted by Molly James, but steps out of bounds. We'll stay with the Lions.
Not something that we typically stat, I mean, in the traditional sense, but it'd be really interesting to see the amount of deflections that this Riders team get week in, week out. I think that has a lot to do with how active they are defensively.
And if you are making lots of deflections, it makes it a lot easier for somebody else to gather the ball, and you're much less likely to commit a foul than stealing on the ball. So, yeah.
It just means that you've got really good positioning defensively as well when it comes to, denying the pass or, kick out. So you're in the lane that the offender's trying to find.
And they're not able to go. Shaw grabs the rebound.
Lucky.
Not able to find James. So Lions will have the final possession of this first half. 8.8 seconds left to play. Quinn will inbound. Lions looking to finish the half on a high. Gibbons. Kazule. Shaw able to get the block. And time expires here at the Loughborough Netball Centre for your WNBL afternoon action. Your Loughborough Riders currently leading 47, Barking Abbey 19. And Christina, is there any sort of immediate takeaways from the first half that you've had so far?
I think both teams started fairly well. I think it's noticeable that Lions really struggled in that second quarter leading up to halftime, and conversely, Riders really broke away. They took the opportunity to get easy finishes inside. They shot the ball from the perimeter, tremendously well. They scored in transition. So I think Lions have got to have a little bit of a talk this halftime about what they want to take away from the Riders. They can't take everything away, but is it going to be them scoring in transition? Is it going to be their points in the paint, or is it going to be their perimeter threes? And credit to Riders, that's the strength and versatility that they have as a team. But right now, I feel like they're having it a little bit too easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Riders being very consistent in the scoring in the first half. 21 points and 26 points for the 2 quarters. Versus Lions scoring 9 points and 10 points respectively. A trend that they'll be looking to reverse, and adjustments made at half-time. I'm sure we'll see Coach Topi Ali Balogun making lots of switches and firing his team up to take some of the options away from the Riders coming into the second half.
I think what's really nice to see right now, if we take a glance, I'm sure you guys probably can't see on camera, but if you look into the Lions team huddle, Coach Tope isn't currently standing in the huddle, but the players are taking accountability for their own performance. And I think that's a true testament of their character. It'd be very easy to sit here with your arms folded, waiting for the coach to come into the huddle, but they're really trying to find inspiration among themselves, which says a lot about the team that they are, especially, with the season that they're having at the moment.
Absolutely. When you're losing at halftime 47-19, so easy for heads to drop a little, and very much the reverse of that happening in the Lions huddle. We are going to take a break here at the Loughborough Netball Centre. So yeah, just to repeat, your Loughborough Riders leading 47 plays Barking Abbey 19. We will be back for the second half. Hope that you will all join us and we get some more fantastic WNBL Division 1 action. everyone, welcome back to the Loughborough Netball Centre here for our second half of WNBL Division 1 action. As your Loughborough Riders host the Barking Abbey London Lions, the first half ending in favour of the Riders. Loughborough Riders 47, Barking Abbey 19. And some stats, I think, that leaping off the stat sheet for myself, just having a browse through at half time, was the monster 22 points in the paint already from Loughborough, which is mammoth. It just shows the effectiveness of Stone, and also one thing you spoke about a lot, Christina, was the ability to get out in transition and finish high percentage shots. Something I'm sure Barking Abbey will be looking to change early in this third quarter. And equally, the 11 fast break points for Loughborough as well. Mammoth totals.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, at face value, that contributes to more than 85% of their scoring thus far. So if they can slow them down in terms of getting into the paint and having easy looks, they can potentially chip away at this lead a little bit.
Perfect. Riders getting out running the floor. Hicken grabbing the rebound. Smart recycling the ball. Patient offense from the Riders. Age looking to feed Stones, under pressure from Gibbons. Kick out. Ball movement finds Hicken in the corner. Gets a defender in the air. Can't finish off the run. On Adeku. Great pass underneath to Samoyo, finishes for two.
Good back cut there. Defense fell asleep there on the weak side in Cox, and good recognition, easy finish.
Exactly the sort of start that Lions would have wanted out of half time. Grab the defensive rebound. Cox not able to finish, under pressure, but not able to finish. Lions will be looking to chip it more into this lead. Ujelu. Kick out. Shea not able to get it to go. Gibbons rebounding once again. As foul is called, Shea ending up on the floor. It'll be Lions ball. Gibbons taking over the work from Emmanuel in the first half on the rebounds, being very active at both ends of the floor on the glass.
Yeah, you can see this Lions team have definitely upped the tempo coming in this second half. It's much similar to how they started the ball game, so it's really nice to see.
Jelly. Cox tips the pass, gathered by Dabbs.
Another deflection there for Riders.
Absolutely. Like I say, something we feel like we should take note of. It's so important in the game. Dabbs. Finding Stone. Puts it for three, a little long. We won't get to see him take many of those today, I'm sure.
No, but actually in practice the last couple weeks, she's really been knocking down perimeter shots. Obviously in WNBL practice, she has a bit more of a harder, role in terms of trying to score in the paint, and so she's found a way to stretch the defense. So it'd be nice to see her hit some of those in the game.
I think what's been great from your comments about Makana is just that her want and her will to improve as an all-round basketball player. The outside shooting, working against people like Azania inside, and also the work, sort of maybe not directly linked, but in terms of the gym work as well. So fantastic to hear of a player really working on her game.
Definitely.
Adeku finding Samoya running the floor. Gets caught a little bit underneath the basket.
I think Samoya's got great athleticism and speed. I think she just needs that little refined composure on the end of some of her finishes.
Stone, fantastic pass, finds Dabbs, who is fouled. Who in turn makes a great read, seeing the defence sucked over to Stone, able to cut straight down the middle. We'll head to the line for two shots.
So they've done a good job of adjusting, and obviously we spoke about in the first half of taking away Stone's post catches and easy looks, but now they've got to take that one step further, and they've got to recognise that there's going to be people slashing and cutting from the perimeter, and really looking to put a body on those people early before they catch the basketball.
Dabbs pays them off, making them both. Yeah, absolutely, you take one thing away and then Riders pose another problem.
And that's what a good team does, doesn't it?
Absolutely, five players working together. Makes it hard to stop. Jello, quick first step, gets to the glass, Stone grabs the rebound.
Which is unfortunate there not to draw a foul. Strong take by Jello.
Absolutely, Ainge. Cox. Ainge not using the ball screen. Passes tip but kept alive by Stone. Finds Cox. Time pressure for the Riders. Dabbs gets it off and hits on the buzzer. Lauren Dabbs for 3.
And that's got to hurt because that was a tremendous defensive effort there by Lions. We just talked about, post catches, taking that away. They took the back cut away as well, and, the last minute prayer 3. But it's returned from Shea.
Shea saying anything you can do, I can get involved as well.
There you go, and there's that full court pressure. Oh, back court. Oh, just missed it because their toes are on the line. I think that's what he's explaining to the players there.
Yeah, maybe not fully gone into the front court. Ainge hit another 3. Back-to-back threes here in the ball game.
No chill shown by the Riders. Defense tries to make an adjustment and Riders adjust yet again. And I guess that shows why, they're at the position in the table that they are.
Great strip, initially by Hickins, gathered by Ainge. Riders running the floor, Stone, Hicken.
Good extra. Good team basketball there. She could have finished herself, made the extra pass. Building that stat line in the assist column.
Yeah, she's thinking, I need another assist to try and get a triple-double today. So,
Points come easy. I need to find some assists, yeah.
That's it.
Double-doubles are getting boring. I need a triple-double.
Shea gets it out of the trap on a deco. Splits the defense. Off the glass a little strong. Hicken looks ahead and finds Cox. Ball movement finds Ainge wide open.
She's having herself a ball game today.
Absolutely, yeah. Stone grabbing the offensive rebound, not able to connect on the pass. It'll be Lions ball, who are making 2 switches. Jello checking out, replaced by Pazule. And Samoye checking out, replaced by Ogbontu. Pazule establishing the offense here for Lions once again. Onodeka, I thought she was going to get called for a very unfortunate sideline possession, but the referee feeling that Ainge probably used her body a little bit too much to get her out of bounds.
I think it was good recognition by her to meet the pass. It could have easily, they've had a lot of deflections, could have easily been a steal or a deflection, and she met the ball and the referee obviously gave her the benefit of the doubt. Quick fire there from Shea.
Shea. Givens.
And again, no hesitation. And another offensive rebound for her.
Him not able to get the shot to go. Riders will come away with it. 4:33 left in the quarter. Ainge, stop and go. Finds Cox. We know she can hit these, and she does.
You know what I love about Cox? She comes across so nonchalant. Like the game comes to her. She goes with the flow, but she still made a great contribution this game.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, we the things we notice, obviously, the 2 threes, but it's not just that. It's other stuff as well. As Hicken runs away, finishing for 2 on the break.
Necessary timeout call there for Coach Tope.
Yeah, the quarter had started really brightly for Lions, but Riley's getting a little bit on top in this mid portion of the quarter. So yeah, Coach Tope calling a timeout. Your Loughborough Riders 60, Barking Abbey London Lions 24, 4:05 left to play in this quarter. Obviously we spoke a lot about the Barking Abbey huddles. At this point of stuff, you've got a decent lead if you're Riders. What sort of stuff is messages are being spread in that huddle?
I think it's an opportunity as a team to work on things that you may need later on in the season. I mean, obviously it's up to the discretion of Coach Quintero, but perhaps things that you aren't great at, putting people on the floor and giving them more of a responsibility. That's also something that I'm sure he will look to do. And really try and build and work on, perhaps you say, okay, we're not going to, score through Stone. We're not going to look at trying to score points in the paint. This possession, I want you to try and score from X position. And make it a little bit more difficult for them and give them a goal to focus on, because I think it goes without saying it'll be tremendously difficult for Lions to crawl their way back into this ball game.
Yeah, I think if you just look at the outright, if your target from here is just to simply win the game, it's going to be a mountain to climb. Not impossible, but very, very tough. But if you set yourself other targets and other goals within the game, you can definitely come away with positives that you can build on going into the rest of the season, obviously next week and beyond, as we get into sort of the crunch part of the season where people are looking to peak.
Yeah, and I think that's a trait that most basketball players should look to move towards in terms of being focused on the process and not just the outcome. I think if you get caught up too much in the outcome and the score line, you lose focus in each and every possession that you're in.
Preston finds Pazule. Yeah, I mean, both teams here are both young groups, and yeah, I think the process is arguably more important than the here and now. As James comes away. Sorry, Bird. Ainge. Dabs. Pass is taken away by Pontin. Gibbons. Shea. Every time, there's no hesitation in that release. Very confident shooter. Ainge reading the pass, taking it away. Ainge just makes it look so simple at both ends of the court. Just her ability to read the game, the IQ that she has for the game.
Absolutely.
Bird finding Ainge. Quick first step, gets all the way to the basket.
That's our own offensive board.
Probably looking at the basket thinking you're supposed to be my rims, where's the hometown roll, but falls off. Will be a Lions ball. And we'll see Abdelaziz check back in. Gibbons getting a rest, been very active in this third quarter on the glass. Be interesting to see if they can get both her and Emmanuel on the floor together, what sort of damage they can do on the boards.
Yeah, definitely. I think what's tricky with Riders is, like we mentioned earlier on in the ball game, they run with a lot of guards, and they often go with 4 guards and 1 big, and so it's tough because you immediately put yourself at a disadvantage inside.
Yeah, definitely cause matchup options, but maybe you can use them to your advantage at the other end.
Oh, good Euro step.
Fantastic footwork. They're not able to get the finish.
But good recognition. It's tough to make that kind of read. The finish can come later, but to make that read is a good start.
As a coach or as a fan, you're always happy when players make great and smart moves, and that was one of them. Bird.
This Riders team is shooting the 3 tremendously well today. I'm just going to head to the stats and have a look. Yeah, they're shooting 50% from the 3-point line. I think a little over now they've made that last 3.
And getting a turnover off the run and jump defense, being effective once again for the Riders. That 3-point pushing the lead to 41. But like you mentioned earlier, no chill in this team. They're going to push for the full 40. Bird, the defense just parts in front of her, goes all the way to the basket, finishes for 2. Great drop off.
You kind of wish the referee would let her get away with that one. It was borderline. But credit to him, you've got to be consistent. Can't pick and choose which travels you call and which you don't.
Not unless you're in the NBA when you can do what you want.
Your name's James Harden.
That's it. Ainge. Ball finds its way to Bird. Shaw coming up for the high ball screen.
Oh, good read there by Lambert.
Great move. Shaw grabbing a off the board. Lovely little drop step move to get to the middle. Not able to finish. Rebounded. Punked him. Shea. Great pass. An offensive rebound once again for the Barking Abbey team. Ainge in and out dribble. Pushing the ball hard. Shea getting nothing but ball. But will stay with the Riders.
I think the referee letting Lions get away with a little bit of contact there in that possession. But given that it's the last minute to go in the third here, can't be too mad.
3-point shot a little long. One of the easiest rebounds that Bird will grab. Ainge slows it down before attacking straight down the middle. Can't get it to go. Shea. Gazule grabs her own rebound. Shea lets it fly. Hits for 3. The shot clock will be switched off here for the Riders. Ainge getting us across half court. In and out dribble. Kick out to the corner.
Oh, unfortunate.
Lambert not able to get the 3-point shot to go.
That was good leadership from Ainge there. I think she knew at the point in which she was attacking that she would be able to draw that weak side help, find her, teammate in Lambert in the corner there, trying to get her some points in this ball game.
I think the way that Ainge has led this team today has been something I've loved to see and watch and observe today. She's not sort of, having to holler and scream at the players. She's doing it by getting them to all be collaborative and running the floor and playing heads-up smart basketball and finding everyone. Everyone's getting touches. No one feels left out. So they're all working hard in return of that. At the end of the third quarter, your Loughborough Riders are leading 67 plays Barking Abbey 27. 1 quarter left to go. What would you like to see from both teams in the final quarter, Christina?
I think there's not much to say in terms of Riders. I think they're doing a great job. They've obviously looked to bring, players off of the bench and include them in the rotation, and they're, to their credit, looking to contribute and be very effective. I think if you're Lions, I think it's, like I said before, about focusing on the process. It's not necessarily the process of the season, but the process of the game. So I think choosing 1 or 2 things when you're in this kind of hole to focus on and be better at, so that you can evaluate your performance in this fourth quarter against those 2 metrics. I think if you have too many things that you try and focus on, then it becomes too big of a mountain to climb. Obviously the victory is out of question here, and so I'm assuming that Tope will be looking to really take 2 positives out of this final quarter, because they've traveled a long way today, so they want to take something positive away from this performance.
Absolutely, and I think process and trusting it is massive at Barking Abbey. You've got 3 17-year-olds in the team, a 15-year-old on the team, an 18-year-old in the team. So very much a developmental side with bags of potential and lots of girls getting opportunities to go to America through their hard work and through their desire to improve as players. I think what's been fantastic to see so many times in this situation, especially in men's basketball, you see teams 40 points down, third quarter about to head, and they're not really interested in what the coach is saying. They're looking away. They're all intent. They're all keyed in on exactly what coach was saying. They're sticking to the plan. They're sticking together. And it's fantastic to see.
Definitely agree.
Riders getting us going. The start of the fourth. Dabs. Fanning Bird. Quick first step. Keeps a pivot alive. Fantastic move.
She's got great footwork, and considering her size, she has footwork that you would expect to see from a post player in terms of when she gets into the paint and some of the drop step pivots that she makes and counter moves that she makes. It's really nice to watch.
Footwork, probably one of the most boring things to work on, but so important for young players to, if you can master it, it opens up so many opportunities for you.
I think saves a lot of turnovers as well, because a lot of players will get into the paint, they'll face contact, and they don't really want to stop on 2 feet because they don't have it in their skill set to be able to step through or do what needs to be done to find their teammate.
Fakunle bringing the defensive pressure for the Lions, not only getting the block but winning the ball for her team as it goes out of bounds off a rider. Fantastic work. Zule. High pressure ball from Dabs on the ball, defence. Bryson able to navigate it. Another offensive rebound from Lions. Feel like I'm saying that repeatedly.
Yeah, you have to believe that, if they only converted half of the second chance opportunities that they have, they'd be able to be a lot closer to competing with this Riders team.
I feel like in some ways the scoreline doesn't reflect the game we've seen. Lions doing lots of really good things, playing good basketball and returning Riders' favour with some run and jump of their own, playing some good basketball, not converting maybe enough of their opportunities to compete today, but if you keep doing good things will continue to happen.
For sure. We'll buy into the process, and I'm sure with a coach like Tope, things will only go from strength to strength for them.
Brysden. Zule gets it, Dong Tim. keeps the ball alive. Pazule, time pressure from the shot clock, gets it off. Offensive rebound once again from the Lions. Abdelaziz grabbing the offensive board and will head to the line for 2 shots as she is fouled. First shot is good, nothing but net. Getting ready for the second shot. Makes them both. Great foul shooting from Abdelaziz. Bird. Sure.
Looked good from here, but I guess that's the disillusion of the distance that we're sitting from.
Yeah, but I think we'd probably still consider it a good shot. She was open, she was balanced, and within her range. As riders make a switch, we'll see Beth Cox check in, replacing Dabs. Zule. I don't think if you know if you'll be able to pick it up on the microphones or not, but the Barking Abbey's bench trying to get involved, get their team fired up for the closing phase of this game. James. Great stop and go dribble, gets to the basket, finishing for 2. That's a great read. Saw the defenders go north of her and she just blew by them to the basket. Zule slowing it down once again. Brysden. Rebounded. Lambert. James. Step back. 3 short. Barking Abbey coming up with a rebound. Running the floor. Referee demonstrating that he felt the defender got nothing but the ball.
Good recognition on the Euro step there. I think maybe she needs to keep the ball a little higher to, avoid that contact. Or block, should I say.
Shaw going the long way round, finishing at the basket for 2. Alex Shaw, great move, keeping the ball alive, getting it to where she wanted to finish from.
Oh, easy give and go there.
I think that probably sums up the game for Barking Abbey today.
Yeah.
Great read, great pass, great look, just not able to convert. Both teams making switches. We'll see Lukoya checking alongside Onodeko, checking back in. Which we'll see James and Pazule sit down. 6:27 left in this 4th quarter.
Got to give a shout out to Lukoya with the bougiest socks of the ball game today. She's got Tommy Hilfiger socks on. Probably the first time I've seen that in a basketball game.
She's bringing the class to today's game.
She said, look good, play good. Good extra.
Straight down the...
Oh, might have got away with the walk there, but we persevere. Unfortunate.
Great defensive stand from Barking Abbey in the end. Riders kept moving the ball, trying to get an open shot, and it just never appeared. Barking Abbey working hard to make sure that it never got an opportunity. Brysden looking to feed outside, not available. Onodeko attacking the middle. Offensive board from Abdelaziz, wasn't able to convert. Riders coming away with the ball. Lukoya looked like she was stepping into it, but gives it up. Grabs the offensive rebound. Defensive stand from Lions taking the ball away. For Kunle. Quick crossover dribble. Foul is called. Riders 22, Alex Shaw. Lions making a switch. We'll see Gibbons check back into the ball game. Not sure who's just replacing us. We have 2 players heading towards the bench. It will be Abdelaziz checking out, I think.
No, that was good. Good pronunciation, I believe. I'm sure we'll be corrected if not.
Second foul shot ready to go. And he's good. Lions making the other switches.
I almost thought Shea subbed herself in there because I didn't see Tope turn around to indicate the sub, but you must have told her before.
Either that or she snuck right behind him.
That would take some confidence. Imagine subbing yourself into a basketball game. Unless you're a player coach, I guess. Maybe you see that. It's the only time that you would see that.
Not a role that I would ever want to do myself.
No, definitely not.
Sure, call for the travel. Maybe he got one away one a couple of possessions ago, but he's called for that one. Shea. Comes in, working to the middle. Great move, finish off the glass for
nice
2.
Peel back.
Was able to get a defender on her back. Ball stays with the Riders, so he's knocked out of bounds. Bird, able to separate the defenders and gets the ball away under a lot of pressure.
Oh, good extra pass there. Has Lambert in the corner.
Great work. Beth Cox, fantastic effort on the offensive glass, gets it to go for 2. Lovely pass, Gibbons. Off the glass, not able to get it to go. Bird. Cox. The career almost taking it away. Shea just slowing him down a little bit for Barking Abbey. On Odeku. The Lions trying to work to get themselves a good shot. Kunle on Odeku. We'll have to get it up. Great footwork, gets to the basket, finishing for 2.
Good perseverance there from her.
Absolutely used the full 24 seconds, that's what it's there for. Able to get a good shot right at the end of the buzzer. The Clear splits the defense.
It's like Riders are just having fun with it at this point. They're splitting the transition defense, getting into the paint and taking their pick of who wants to line up a 3 from the outside.
Absolutely, yeah, very relaxed approach on offense in the closing stages of this game for the Riders.
I think one thing to comment on though, I think you can tell a lot by the body language of coaches when you watch a basketball game. I don't think it's something that people look at that much because they're so focused on the game, but both Coach Quintero and Coach Tope are still on their feet at this period in the game, and either coach could probably argue that, you know, the game's pretty much put away at this stage, but they're still out there coaching, trying to give feedback, trying to make their players better, trying to support them. And I think that's something that, you know, you really love to see, and you don't see it that often. You'll see a lot of coaches sit down and be disappointed, and that'll be reflected in their body language.
Yeah, I think what's important to know, attitude does reflect leadership, and the fact that they're both still fully in this game has meant that both teams are still committed to this game. No one's quit, no one's dropped their levels or in any way. As Lakoya finds Cox, Lambert, Harry.
Oh, just short. Unfortunate there. That would have been a nice team possession. 2 players getting into the paint, making an extra pass. Would have been nice to finish on a make. But
absolutely.
Good take there.
Traditional inside-outside basketball. Shea, head fake. Skip pass. Finds Brysden for 3. Harry. Great take.
Oh, a little bit of contact there, but
Shea able to disrupt the shot. And in turn splits the defense. Brysden passing up the 3 ball. In turn finds for Kunle, who gets her own 3 to go. Run and jump defense brought from the Lions. Harry able to escape. Spins.
oh, great move by her.
Foul is called.
Well-deserved trip to the foul line there.
She earned that one.
Just quickly looking at some of the stats for the Riders, and they've got 3 players in double figures and 3 more that are very close to being in double figures. And I think that's a very promising sort of contribution for the team, and it just shows you the depth that they have and that they can bring on any given weekend.
Absolutely. I think doing it by committee, both in points and also in rebounds, with 2 players grabbing 8 rebounds, a third grabbing 6. So doing everything committee makes it hard to stop. No one person that you can key in and take away. Somebody else will just punish you.
Definitely.
Gibbons in the high post.
Oh, nice footwork.
Shot left a little short. Okoye. Kick out, finds Cox. Both teams battling for the rebound. And eventually ball ending in Gibbons' hands. Lions coming away with it. Kunle. Brysden. Shea. On the deco. Off the high ball screen. Kick out, finds for Kunle. Brysden grabbing another offensive rebound for the Lions. As we head under a minute left in this ball game, Shea puts it up. Both teams battling, but last touch by a Rider. Ball will stay with the Lions. Both teams still making changes. Dabbs and Pazzuli checking in. Shea and Okoye checking out.
I think another thing that's nice to see is at this point in the game, with the margin that Riders are fortunate enough to have, bringing in some of the people that potentially don't normally have as many minutes, and seeing them make a contribution and be effective. I think that's really great. It's hard to sit and watch 3/4 of a basketball game and then come in on the 4th quarter and try and be effective. I think I might have just jinxed them with the turnover, but...
Okay, we'll blame you for that one. We'll put that one.
I'll take that one. Put that one on the commentator's bench.
Yeah, 37 seconds left to play here. Yeah, and I think one thing that is great when your bench players come and do that and show that they can do things, you've got to make it tough to the coach to take you back out of the ball game. Everyone wants more minutes. Everybody always does. And if you can come in and contribute and make it difficult for the coach to take you out, that's how you're going to get more minutes on the court.
Definitely. And obviously you build up respect and trust in practice, but you've also got to be able to show that you can do it live in the game, because it's distinctly different, with the pressures that a game brings.
Absolutely. Gibbons.
Good take. And 1. Good take.
Absolutely great strong drive to the basket. Gets fouled, heads to the line for 1 more. Thoroughly deserved for her efforts this afternoon. Louisa Gibbons. Able to convert. Cox grabs the rebound. Lambert. Step through. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded. Eventually Brysden. On the deku. Brysden. Kunle lets it fly on the buzzer.
Could have got called for a foul there right on the conclusion of today's game, but
I think it's one of those that if it was halfway through a quarter, probably would have been called. Or if it was a 1-point game potentially, but as often is the case, when it's on the buzzer it seems to be let go. That is the end of our ball game, our WNBL Division 1 basketball action here at the Loughborough Netball Centre. Your Loughborough Riders taking the win, 76 plays, Barking Abbey 42, and I think positives in there for both teams. Coming away from the game, I think one of the things of Loughborough was that so many people contributed. I think when we came to the game, we talked a lot about Mikana Stone, and they lent on her a lot early, but were able to hurt Lions in lots of different ways going down the stretch. Lots of players sticking their hand up and saying, this is what I can do to help the team, which is always fantastic to see. And Lions showing no quit in them. They were playing right to the end. Lots of young players stepping up and showing, what they can do and what they're going to be able to do in the next few years. I mean, what sort of takeaways are you taking from the game, Christina?
I mean, I think the Riders, it goes without saying, did a phenomenal job of building on the season that they are having. They're going from strength to strength, and if you sitting here from the commentators box and watching how they would run things offensively at the beginning of the season with a little bit of stagnant of a feel, to where they are now, where it's very fluid, very comfortable. They're scoring in transition, they're scoring points in the paint, they're scoring from the perimeter. So they're going from strength to strength as a team. And I think conversely, Lions, they'll have a lot to do in terms of reflecting on today's game. But I think going forward, like we mentioned before, I think it's not trying to look at the full picture at once, taking little parts of the game, breaking it down, and really focusing on one or two areas in their future performances to try and get better at, and then building that growth game on game. And hopefully by the end of the season, they can look back and say, okay, we got better at X, Y, and Z. And then that's all they can really do, I think, as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams massively taking positives from the game, moving on to the next few games. Riders slated to play Reading Rockets away as their next game, and Barking Abbey will return home and will be facing Thames Valley Cavaliers women's team. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams are able to bounce or take this from this game, what they can put into the next game, how Barking Abbey can look to bounce back, and what Riders can do to keep this momentum and this level of intensity going forwards, with so many people contributing in a number of different ways. Anyway, we've had a fantastic ball game here at the Loughborough Netball Centre. Thank you all for joining us, and those that left comments on YouTube. Massively appreciated for your interaction. I've been Greg Ellis with Christina Gaskin. Thank you very much, and goodbye.